What's up, chat? How we doing? Happy Wednesday. Chat, I really need a haircut. My lord. Uh, Hope everybody is having a great day. I'm currently testing. Oh yeah, I gotta keep talking, otherwise I can't hear it, chat. Let's go. Test. All right, I think we're good. I had to reset my chat. I reset all the things today, by the way. Cool. Yeah, I went on a computer optimization spree. Oh my lord! Like, look at this. This is terrible. Ugh. Right. Okay. Also, so this, like, what I'm seeing is backwards. So like, this is my right hand. This is my left hand. So like, when I see it on the screen, I have to reverse it. Wow, chat. Just streamer things, NBD. Also, I'm trying. So I finally have it working so that I turn on the music a little bit. Okay, so I finally have it working so I can hear myself, but there's like a second delay, and it's super annoying as hell. So I don't know how to fix that. If anybody can help the cause on that, that would be sick. So I'm just gonna turn it off until I get it figured out, and just keep my mic off one ear like a DJ. Wicca. Yeah, chat. We've made a lot of progress since yesterday. It's been a lot of fun. And honestly, chat, we might have a really big announcement in the very near future here. Been back channeling with somebody pretty brilliant, and I won't spoil anything, but we have an announcement potentially coming that might be really cool. So get excited about that. But in the meantime, let's get caught up on everything. So basically, casually did another kind of refactor last night. I cleaned up like all the bullshit on my computer, so it's a lot quicker. By the way, that was so bad. I had 200 gigs of just cached files and shit that were just chilling. And a lot of it, I think I blame Adobe for, because I was trying to do some video editing stuff. And apparently it doesn't do a good job of cleaning up the cache that it just leaves behind. So yet another reason to hate on Adobe. But yeah, chat, like, it's coming together. It really is. Wanted to show the latest and greatest here. And also, by the way, chat, I have a new way to do vibe coding, which I'm going to show you guys what that looks like. And I finally drank the Kool-Aid on the plugins for VS Code. So we have zero CLIs going right now, and it's kind of a vibe, honestly. And all the things that I always, for the past 3 weeks, have been bitching about around not being able to get us the like all the weird nuances to like copy and paste, and like not being able to edit like a 2025 app, they're fixed. So really excited to show you that. Also, we have made extensive progress on Homie here. Should we give him some hair? Notice the FPS counter is at 60, which is pretty cool. You'll also notice that it's currently on SIL, which I've learned a lot about mouth movements, chat. Ayo. Uh, but also how it applies to SVGs and other helpful things that way. So I'll walk you through all of that and all the updates. And you know what? Per usual, let's give it a test to see where we're starting from on the speech to text side. I kind of wait till the stream to test this, so we're testing it live, chat. It's like a, fuck it, we do it live moment. And so let's see what we got here. So you ready? Helps to have your cursor in the screen. Hey bud, how you doing today?
You're welcome. Really glad to help. Whenever you're ready, you can keep going.
Oh, chat. Okay, great. How about now? Are you ready to keep going now?
Awesome. Whenever you're ready.
Oh my god. I didn't realize it did the thing off every time. How about now? Are you ready to go now? Third time's the charm.
Ready as I'll ever be. Mr. Charm reporting in. Give me the cue and let's roll.
Okay. So why do you keep your mouth open when you should be having natural mouth movements like mine is? Chat, this is terribad.
Do you mean why I keep my thoughts controlled instead of being totally natural and off the cuff? I try to stay natural and helpful while keeping things clear and respectful. I can loosen up if you want me more unfiltered.
Honestly, brother, at this point, I just want you to respond to what I'm telling you. So we'll get that ironed out today, all right? Chat, now it works like perfect. So there must be something with the buffering again.
Absolutely. I hear you. Let's nail down how you want me to respond. Tell me the specifics, tone, directness, timing for chimes, and I'll stick to it.
No, bud, I think we're good. We just have to get it working on the first go instead of having it only work when we warm it up a little bit. It's getting closer, chat.
Perfect. Nailing it on the first run saves so much time. We'll keep it crisp and proceed whenever you're ready.
All right. With that, chat, we're gonna... Oops, not this. By the way, I hope everyone's having an amazing day. Thanks for joining. Truly, truly grateful for you all being here. We're getting close. We're getting real close, chat. And yeah, we're gonna get it done tonight. So I kind of made a promise to myself, like we're not gonna stop streaming until this is working 100%. So if you see me next Thursday on the same stream, send help, send DoorDash. But in the meantime, I think we're gonna get it done tonight, and it's real close. You heard homie here; he's excited to keep going with it. Hey, thanks for your encouragement, by the way. Can you give us some kind of wisdom as we start the stream today? It's so bad, Chet.
Perfect. If anyone has questions or comments, drop them in the chat. I'll keep an eye and highlight the best ones.
Actually, that is something we're going to test today, so you're going to need to do that quite a bit. That'd be great.
Got it.
Okay,
I
it's
can
still
do
about
that
5
as often as
seconds
you need.
delay.
Just
I think
give
we
me
can
the
get that
cue
down to
and I'll
about 2.
jump in.
Perfect, thank you.
You're welcome. Really glad to help. Whenever you're ready, I can kick us off or do a quick recap.
Okay. All right, chat, let's jump into it. All right, can you hear this, chat? Cool. So as you can see, we have Homie with a kind of like FPS counter, and this allows for us to do just checking to make sure that it's being performant, and we can also do that on our overlay page here. It's interesting that it's like different, and notice how like this has that checkered background, whereas when the one that you comes in through OBS doesn't. I wonder if that has something to do with like Chromium doing its thing. But we add our FPS counter by doing ampersand. What was it? Debug equals 1. Okay. So yep, now we have our FPS counter here. And the other interesting thing, chat, look at this. I just noticed this. So our OBS version is coming in at 60 FPS, and our version on the computer here is, so this is just in the browser, is 240, which is crazy, right? So I wonder if that's an OBS setting or something that we'll check. Also, I'm going to switch the music up to what we had yesterday, because I think that was pretty sick. So let me pause this and pull up Monster Cat. Shout out Monster Cat. Go here. There's like a good vibey mix, but let's see. Okay. Yeah, chat. So we are close. We're trucking, and we're gonna get this solved today. Okay, that is definitely a vibe. Let me just check one more time, chat, just to make sure everything is going right on the audio side, because I want to make sure that it's crazy how delayed that is. Oh, it's because I had it. Okay. All right, chat, we're cooking. All right. Yeah, let's walk through the updates since yesterday, and then what we still have to do today to get things cooking. So first off, this is interesting. I want to see if that's something that we can do here. I haven't actually checked to see if there's like a way that we can update that, but let's check. Custom frame rate, here we go. Let's try 120. Are we capped at 60? We're capped at 60. Okay, interesting. Okay, well that's good to know. Let's make a note of that. We are capped, at least in Streamlabs, at 60 FPS. That's crazy. Okay. Well, that's good to know. We'll be able to... I mean, I don't think it 60 FPS is reasonable. And I think that'll be... it'll be reasonable. We'll see. We'll test it. But how we got to that, chat. So let's just walk you through a couple of things that we updated since then. Let's open up this. First off, I was on my phone last night, like checking the website, and there were so many pages that looked bad. So I did a big push for optimizing for mobile, which is a good thing. I swapped out this as the homepage, by the way, just because I think it's more engaging, kind of fun. Let's put him up here. So, it up there, chat, it up there. You can now see all of your different versions here on the fly. Sometimes they do that white pop, which I'm going to take a screenshot of. And so chat, this is what I was saying about our new kind of capabilities to do this. Or just new layout, right? This is completely different. Normally we have, 3 split out terminals here, Claude code in the middle child Claude, codecs, and then our NPM server here. But chat, the new hotness, honestly, using what we probably should have been using from the start, which is the plugins for these for cursor. What is the green thing mean? Okay. Anyway, by doing this, chat, we now have all of the basically all the hotness of like a modern, like what we can do for cursor here. You can do @ for your files. You can do basically all the functionality of these you can do just through these here. So I have codecs on the left, which, by the way, if you'll notice here, we are testing the codecs max mode, which is pretty... Oh, you can't see it. Let me move over here. So codecs, as of today, has released this codecs max, and it's real good, chat. It is very intelligent, especially so it now has an extra high reasoning mode here that basically just puts it on like a thinker mode. Like I want to think deeply on this topic. You put it on extra high and it solves it. It takes forever, but it just does it. I've been sticking with high mostly, but I've been testing like low and medium just for see how dynamic it can be, like on swapping out the models. Hey, thanks, brother. Appreciate you. Welcome to the stream. Amanda, appreciate you. Thanks for the vote. So high here is kind of what we've been cooking with on that. And then bottom, we still have our terminal, so we can see, how things are cooking on that. We can get our bug errors, etc. But notice here that cursor has its own flavor here. So this, I'm not certain exactly, but I think it can now capture like the server logs. So like you can feed them into here. So we copy that. Maybe not. Okay, we'll play with that, but can you add it? Add cursor. No, let's check here. Can we add it from here? Add cursor. NPM run. Chat. Look at that. So you can say, read the logs from this and see if we have any server errors. That's pretty cool. Noting a database error, searching for where it's triggered. God bless. Love to see it, chat. Okay, but here, the other cool thing about this, so with Claude, right, we can just add multiple tabs for our different Claude. So we can have Claude trucking on a couple different things at the same time. And then, so my current workflow chat is basically like on the far left, we do codecs for like feature work, Claude for feature work, or like, you know, updates to some of the features that we are doing. This, if I need to manually go add a file, which is getting progressively smaller and smaller. You notice how like traditionally like developers would have like try to get the clean aesthetic and just like only the code. Now it's like, don't even show me the code. Just give me the good shit, right? And then on the left here, we still have our, you know, like version control stuff here, and then our files and search like regular. On the right, chat, I'm so sad about this, but like basically Gemini 3 Pro is insanely smart. Like it picked out some edge cases that I hadn't even thought about. I'd run it through Codex, I'd run it through Claude, and it just found some amazing edge cases to take care of. But it's unusable right now because their servers are on fire. I've tried literally like 5 different things to just, I mean, they're pretty big feature requests, if you will, but like it's just so, it'll get mostly done sometimes, and then it will say like, you'll get your error on the bottom here that says the server's on fire, try again, and you can try it again. What sucks about that is it has to start over basically, right? So you either copy like the stuff that it had done and say like, hey, you were working on this, but then it takes, you know, extra time to do that, and it's just not worth using it right now. So highly recommend not using Gemini 3 Pro in Cursor unless it's like a small little bug fix. But then for small bug fixes, chat, use Grok. Grok code is A, free right now, which is amazing, and B, it's blazing fast. The only bad part about it, honestly, is that it still can't, let's actually check that. Make this red. Yeah, okay, so it still can't support images, which is its Achilles heel right now. But everything else, like for like how I've been mostly using it, honestly, is just this command. Run the lint, type it, and build checks. Because it can just plow through that crazy fast, and it's a really, really, like it's a smart model. It's not the smartest in my book, but it's really like the tokens per second, TPS, blazing high. So like it's really good for stuff like that. Yeah, and chat, this is the new hotness. So this is why we're cooking the way that we're cooking. And I like it a lot. It's fast, it's clean, it's easy to use. Let's make sure we get a bunch of different ones of these. Okay, so then as soon as, there we go. And I'm going to paste this into, let's give this to Codex, just so you can see how it kind of works. We'll throw it on a medium, just because I hopefully don't think this is too big of a bug, and say, notice how we can just paste in the image like immediately, as opposed to CLI where it would work maybe a third of the time. It also has been a lot better at auto compacting and just like starting fresh from wherever. And to be fair, that was my biggest gripe with Claude. Claude has been doing that better now too, especially with the plugin as opposed to the CLI. So chat, I might be done with CLIs. It's a weird day, but I'm kind of here for it. So let's go here and say, seeing a white pop on these when they animate. Make sure it retains. Actually, let's just give it with that. Less is more, chat. But other stuff here, updated all of the pages, made sure that they are pretty sexy, simple to use, cleaned up the pricing a little bit. So this should be a lot simpler. Live demos will be a thing. By the way, if you see that pop, like that, I don't know what it was. It's basically ChatGPT kicking off like a terminal. And so if you minimize this from working to the lower case, I don't think it pops up now. So just a little gotcha there. Later this week, once we actually start talking to streamers, like, and this is going to be the fun part, chat. Once we get it to the V1, we're going to go into a bunch of YouTube channels or Twitch channels, and then like maybe, you know, streamers that might not have a ton of viewers, and just say, hey, trying this thing. Do you want to test this with us? And hopefully we can get some fun content out of that, as well as just giving them, you know, a free way to try it. So I'm going to be doing that later, and we'll put the community showcase in there for them as well. So then they'll have the ability to, yeah, just get recognized, and hopefully they get more eyeballs on their stream, and go from there. This is what we're going to probably spend the most time on today, chat. I've been optimizing this behind the scenes a lot, but I still haven't fully tested this yet. And so we're going to be running a bunch of tests with this. And so hopefully, and what this is, chat, is dual RTMP audio tap setup. And I should probably figure out a simpler way to say that, because that sounds like word salad. Like nobody knows what the hell that means. Basically what it does, so if you see here, let me move me back over here. So currently you have two options to talk to the avatars, right? You have, or the co-hosts, you have push to talk, which as you saw earlier, it's kind of working. And then you also have what we're calling auto replies. So with this, you're going to be able to just basically put it directly into your Streamlabs. You know what? Let's try it. YOLO chat. Okay, so settings, outbound, add target. So let's go ahead and do that from our sources. Settings, outbound. And by our sources, I mean our settings page. Okay, so settings, outbound. And then, or custom RTMP on older builds, which I think this is the latest and greatest. Okay, and then say add target. So this is good, chat, because if I can't figure it out, the streamer won't be able to figure it out too. Audio. Chat. Okay, well, that's not great. I wonder if some of this is you can't do it when you're live too, because notice how I can't change this, the output mode. I can't change any of these, so that's interesting. So maybe you can't be live when you do this change. Hold please. To update. Okay, interesting. So let's, I mean, A, we got to put that as a gotcha, and B, we have to figure out where this actually should be going. So add target, add target. Okay, chat. It must just be something here. Like if we switch to our audio track, maybe. Okay. Well, that's really good to know. I wonder if yeah, I wonder if it's the right spot actually. So output. Chad, if you know if you're an OBS stan, please let me know. But as is, I'm not seeing it in here, so maybe we'll have to update our user guides on that. Okay, and actually let's just ask our new smart friend. So, and also one of my kind of hacks to make this simpler, chat, okay, is just to use the built-in speech to text here and say, let's bring this over here. Bring that over there. Okay. Just so I can see what we're working with here. I'm testing the multi-RTMP output for the auto voice to text functionality. I'm currently using Streamlabs, and I do not see where we can update the output to use from our directions a new source. I'm using the most recent version of Streamlabs, but still don't see it in the output. Please review this and resolve surgically and update our help guides as well as any other internal documentation that we need for this. Okay, so then we take that, paste it into here, and then let's take a couple screenshots of just what it currently looks like. Drag this over so we get all of it close enough. Okay, so we're going to screenshot this, throw it in here, and then also let's screenshot our, we already had that? I think we did. Okay. And honestly, this is a good example of like extra high. So we're just gonna let it run for a minute, or for as long as it needs to do so, and then go YOLO mode. So you can see our context window. It only has 258 now instead of like unlimited. But again, it's doing it basically auto. Oh, sorry, chat. You can't see any of that. Let's move this up here. Okay, so basically what I was saying is like we're going to change the reasoning to extra high. So this is a new feature as of today, right? We're giving it full YOLO mode access. And this is the context window that it has to work with. But it does a good job of like auto compacting and running again. So let's let it loose and see what it comes back with. Okay. So that will be good. We'll test that. I guess it still does the random, I don't know what it is, some kind of terminal situation, which is kind of annoying actually, but I wonder if I move it over to this screen, if it does it on that one instead, so then it's not bugging you guys. Let's see, what else did we do? Oh yeah, so on the avatar side, made a ton of changes. So number one, you can now set the color easily with this. So if you want your whichever one that you selected to be a different color, you can do that, which I think is kind of cool. And then they can also just do your own, like, it's basically just whatever hex color code you want to use here. That's 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah. So whatever hex code you want to use here, you can do that, or you can select the custom color here. Was he changed? Do we have Brock open right now, by the way? ChatGPT. Yeah, I actually didn't check. Was it changing chat? Okay, not on the fly, so let's refresh that and see. Okay, another bug. Let's put our buddy Claude on that. Okay, so it's already kind of working on something around the in that order. So let's use that here, and then it's a simpler one. So let's just say the overlay page avatar is not updating when we make changes on the avatar page with color or is it, yeah, color or avatar selected. Is it pulling the custom one? And you're asking, Zeb, what is the custom one that you're talking about? Well, dear chatter, it is this. So we now have a character creator where if you want to update your avatar to be a circle, a square, a squircle. Is that an actual thing? Squircle? A hexagon, a cloud. If you want to have them have different eyes, you can do that. Move them up and down. Make them look a little derpy. And then, oh god, it's gonna get anime real quick up in here. Oh, that's 100% anime vibes. Oh dear lord, what have we done? You can change the mouth. Chat. And you can also give them swag, which I think will be fun. And I was trying to think of it as kind of like a, you know, like a lot of streamers are gamers, right? Like I love gaming, it's fun, and this just almost feels like a character creation screen, so it gives them a chance to do that a little bit. That is 100% anime vibes, which is crazy, but you love to see it. And then you can put some swag behind as well, and then finally change the color. So what do you think, chat? Are we cooking? I think we're cooking. All right, and then you can save your avatar. You can also randomize. Oh shit, okay, so then it's saved. Notice that, chat? Let's go. And still at F60 FPS. That's cool. Okay. Chat, I think we're actually cooking. Okay. So that's cool, right? You can also upload your own. So if you want to do a basically custom version, you just have two images, one with the mouth closed, one with open, and you can upload it and run with it. But I think between the themes, like in general here, and then the character creator, I think we're gonna have more than enough functionality and optionality for people. I think it'll be fun. So let's see, what else do we do? We updated the account page here, so this now pulls in. If you close like your are up here, it will remind you here. Oh yeah, the overlay layouts page got a huge update in that you can now see kind of how it looks based on the screen itself. So you don't have to go or guess like what that looks like, and you can edit and move all these around. I still don't know if this is 100% working, so we're gonna have to test that today as well. But when you do that, it should update your OBS link on the top here, and basically yeah, have all these cooking. You can get rid of these now, so it's not annoying. If you just want your buddy with a name tag on it, you can do that. Save, and then if we copy this OBS and paste it in here. So again, it's just the browser source, one link, paste it. There we go, chat. Now we just have our homie with the name tag. Let's see, what else did we fix or update? Okay, that might be a bug. API keys work again. Oh yeah, voice configuration. Simplified the page here a little bit. You can now clone your own voice if you want, or if you want to do quick sound check. Basically checks if each of these has a voice and like does a mic check just to confirm that that's crushing. But let's go here and update to our journey one, which is like the extra good version. We do still have to figure out the pricing models for that, like if it's I don't know. I haven't played around with it enough to know like what the pricing differences are, but I think it's going to be quite a bit more if you use these custom ones.
Hello, this is a voice preview sample.
Cool.
Hello, this is a voice preview sample.
Dang. All right, let's test her. Hey, how's it going today? Okay, so that's one we still got to get right. It might be slow because we're on localhost, and
You're
so
welcome. Glad that helped. Want to keep going or take a quick breather?
okay. Let's add it to the list chat. The cool thing now, I just pop open another Claude code and say the voice that we saved on the voice page of the settings is not updating the overlay avatar co-host. Make sure that this is properly saving in the database and make sure that it updates as soon as the user saves their new voice that they select for the model. Okay, we'll put Cloud on that. Okay, critical bug was fixed. Let's see what it did. There's infinite loop. That was earlier. Actually, let's close that one. Honestly, I'm not digging this. It's too... a little too Skrillex for my... I like Skrillex is fine sometimes, but I don't know. Gets a little not great. So let me go here. Tab music. Okay. I think they had like a chill version. Let's try that one again. Okay. This is more the vibe. Let's crush with that. So back to here. We wanted to see what was changed. So, okay, the problem. The overlay page was only loading avatar data once on the initial page load. When you made changes on the avatar page settings page, those changes weren't being broadcast to the overlay in real time. Avatar theme update, color changes, and image uploads. What I fixed. Avatar config updates. These were not broadcasting. Added broadcast avatar config update. How it works now. You made changes to this. Control settings avatars. So it select a new theme. It broadcasts that. Change custom color. Create update custom avatar. And upload custom images. Okay, cool. Overlay receives the event via Supabase in real time. Supabase is our database chat. Claude is requesting permissions to use edit. Don't ask again, bud. That is something that is annoying. I don't know how to do a YOLO mode yet. But once we figure that out, this will be perfect. So it says open the overlay in one browser tab, open the avatar settings in another, make changes, and then watch it instantly refresh. Okay, so let's do that, chat. So we already have our overlay open, which is through our OBS here. And then let's go to here, settings, avatar. I don't know if we need this too, by the way. But let's make a change. Make a change. Interesting. So it is kind of changing, but it's not fully changing. Okay. Not seeing it update with the full avatar. It makes minor changes, but not the whole avatar update when I selected multiple different okay, let's check if this is updating. Okay, same thing. It's like, yeah, there's something weird with that, chat. Different pre-made. Cool. Also, let's get rid of some of this craft. That's a good grok task, by the way. Remove these from the avatar page. Oh, by the way, ChatGPT is done. So it says, updated the Streamlabs guidance to reflect the current UI and limitation that custom/second RTMP outputs require multi-stream. Which is ultra. Shit. Okay. So ultra is Streamlabs like pay service, chat. So you have to basically pay for it. Bummer. Well, just use your regular OBS then. Which I should download and test, by the way. Let me do that. So that's this, by the way, OBS Studio. So let's download that. Get that going on the background. Okay. OBS Studio is already running. Please. Interesting. So I wonder if Streamlabs is just a shell on OBS then. Yeah. Interesting. Can we do it this way? We can. Okay. We'll try that instead. OBS, by the way, is like the free version of how to do this. Like, they've made a ton of changes to this. So like basically all of streaming, a lot of it is due to, or a lot of credit is due to OBS for kind of making that the best in class way to do it. So we will test with that later, chat. Okay, one good thing. Notice how, remember we put our message to the right of it, so that's confirmed working. Good. Okay, so guides will now show the exact path to add a custom RTMP destination, and note the fallback of pasting the combined audio tap URL if only a single RTMP field is available. Add explicit steps to ensure that HostFabric audio tap uses the same program audio track and clarified what it has to do if multi-stream isn't visible. Use OBS or a relay. Next steps, reopen the control panel, voice and listening page to copy the audio tap URL. So it says reopen the control panel, voice and listening page. All right, let's do that, chat. Open the control panel, voice and listening page. Which is not, I'm not seeing it. Sorry, chat. Allergies. 'Tis the season. Okay. Connect your streaming accounts. So we've done all that. Manage destinations. Okay. Reopen the control panel, voice and listening page. There is no voice and listening page. So let's say not seeing a voice and listening page. Whatever. Okay. So we'll see what that looks like here. By the way, chat, if you're ever seeing like an MD doc in your VS Code and you want to see what it like, what it actually like, or see it in a better way, I guess, go to this open preview and it will show you as like the actual compiled version of it. So let's go here. We have this going. Configure browser sort. Okay, so this is for the regular part. That's good. Make sure that the overlay background is transparent. Okay, position and resize. Okay, we know how to do that. Audio configuration. Right-click the browser source, filters. Add compressor filter, optional for consistent volume. Interesting. Okay, I didn't know about that. So it's saying here. Actually, where is it saying that? Right-click on the browser source, filters. So I'm going to go browser source, which is our HostFabric one, and then say filters. I'm not seeing filters, chat. Okay. What else? Streamlabs desktop setup. Okay, this is what we want. Add the HostFabric audio tab. Streamlabs requires multi-stream. Yep. If you don't see add destination under stream settings, then use OBS Studio. Okay, so let's check that out. And this might be a situation where we have to, add destination. Oh, okay. Here we go, chat. Server is our server. Okay. I'm just dumb. Who knew? Most people, chat. Most people knew. Voice configuration. Voice and listening. We got to make those a little bit more easy to understand what the differences are. So I'm going to regenerate this just to get a new one coming through. Did it do it? Yeah, okay. So I'm going to copy this URL, chat, paste it in here, and then stream key is this. Let's paste it into there. Hit save. So we don't need this right? Streamlabs and Prism usually split the server and stream key fields. Okay, interesting. But chat, look it, we have our destination. Oh shit, you cannot change these settings when you're live. Okay. All right, so we'll test that later, chat. But that's good to know. Like, basically just say under stream, add destination. So let's tell our buddy here. I checked and it is under stream, add destination in Streamlabs to add, update all the documentation across the site to represent this, and also do another pass searching online for how to do this for all the other streaming services, and update our guides for them. Marketing pages, help guides, internal MD docs, etc. Cool, chat. Okay, I like it. Changes made. Added a React key to reforce the remount on avatar.tsx. Deep copy config in event handler. Creates a deep copy to ensure new object reference for React re-renders. Okay, cool. And then React is reusing the same component instance. Because JavaScript objects are compared by reference, React didn't detect the changes of the config object's properties. Okay. Composable avatar would make minor updates but not fully re-render. Cool. So let's test that again, chat. So what we're going to do is open up our avatar page again and see if homie here updates. Classic. Organic. Neon. Color. None of the above. Cool. Okay, so now let's go to one thing I wanted to test. So it doesn't do it automatically with this, but if we refresh the cache, does it do it? It does not. Okay. And one last thing. So one thing you got to do always, chat, is especially if you're in developing mode, confirm that if you're using like localhost, right, which we had kicked off through our dev, npm run dev here, it's super simple to do where you get it mixed up. And like if we use the prod version of this, right, so if we use HostFabric.ai / that, right, if we don't see it updating when we do these, then it's like, oh, why isn't this updating? So just make sure that you're actually using the right URLs for both the things that you're testing on. So, okay, let's go back and say, still not seeing it update on the overlay page, nor in OBS. When making changes to the avatar and color on the avatar page. Resolve this surgically. Sometimes I try to give it a hint what I think it might be, just to make sure that it looks so. Like, I'm pretty sure what it's doing is grabbing our character creator version, because you notice that this is damn near identical to the one that we have here. So I think it's probably still only using that one. Do a barrel roll. Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, PE Cooper is has entered the chat. PE, do you want to join the stream, or do you want to chat later? He asked mysteriously. By the way, this is super like dark vibes now. It's crazy. I should probably turn on some lights in a sec here, chat. But yeah, I'll try anything once. You love to see it. All right, PE, what's the best way to do this? Do you want to do Discord? XChat? What's the simplest way to do it? Okay, most things. Yes. Okay. Let me, and actually this might be a good moment to stop the stream so I can actually add those settings updates to OBS. For sure, no Discord though, please. Sick. Okay. Could we do it on XChat? Should we try that? Do we dare try that? All right, I'm gonna try calling you on XChat. Can you do that from the web app? Hold, please. I'm not seeing how to do that on the web app. Of course, that's, you know, the web is this mysterious thing that is a second-class citizen. I don't see a call button on web. Yeah, damn. How else do we talk to each other? Do we have a version that we can use on... Do you want to just use Discord? I know that's not kosher. I mean, I don't want to... I literally can't think of another. Zoom? Do you want to just do a Zoom call? Do you remember that app that's here and was used? I think it was StreamYard. StreamYard? Figure out my account. Give me a minute. Okay, cool. Yeah, sounds good. I don't want to use StreamYard because then I'll have to reset everything and do it that annoying way anyway. So let's do this, chat. I'm going to end this stream and update the settings so we can test that real-time voice thing, and then hopefully we'll have PE on the chat too, and we'll talk about some cool stuff. All right, chat, appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining. Look for this to be back in, call it 15 minutes or so, and we'll go from there. Discord. Hell yeah, let's do it. Actually, is it worth closing this to just redo that? Hold on, chat. Yeah, because we're going to have to test that tonight for it to work anyway. So now is a pretty good time to do it. All right, chat. Appreciate you. We're going to jump into... oh my God, it's so mysterious and dark. Love it. We'll get some lights on too in the Bat Cave here and jump back into it with P.E. Cooper. All right, chat. Talk soon. Thank you.